Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lights Out Racing to the Singapore Grand Prix. This is the very first race of the Assist 2 season, as we did not have enough people online to start on Canada. It's Memorial Day weekend, and not enough people signed up. But we are here now, and we have more than 10 people signed up for this league. Don't worry. And some people are going to be late. But we are starting now today. We have Cody's issues again with mics today, so my commentators' mics will be lower than mine, which is annoying because I had finally gotten it settled, and so that's annoying. But I'm joined by Alex again today.
Yeah, good for start off the season here in Singapore.
I'm just getting my control panel up, just so I can try my best to equalize the volume, and I'm also joined by Biggles in race control.
Hi, welcome everybody. Thank you.
All right, let me you guys are at the highest volume that I can put you at, so on my thing. So it's definitely the Codemaster's glitch. So hopefully that will be better. And we have more than 10 people currently. Let me introduce the lineup for Assist 2. Right now we are on board with Jetty Ricardo. His teammate Dick Tucker is not here as of right now. I'm going. If anyone can update me on Discord stuff, if Dick Tucker has said anything about if he'll be here today. Nothing yet. And let's see who else. Going from top to bottom, we have Duck Lovers in the Toro Rosso. Will be in the second half of the season in the Alpha Tauri because our season is half F1 2019, half F1 2020. We have Big Poppy still in the pits in the Red Bull. Julian in the McLaren. Let's see. Let me go down. Henners in the number 45 Williams, still in the pits. Mikau in the number 53 Mercedes, also still in the pits. Squirmy is not here. Squirmy injured his ankle today and cannot drive. It's very unfortunate. White is still in the pits, also in the Red Bull, number 84. Mozzarella cannot be here today, so also Electrip. Mozzarella is in the McLaren, Electrip is in the Mercedes. Cirillo is here today in the number 91 Haas. Gabe cannot make it in the Alfa Romeo. Striffium is here in the Williams, still in the pit. And newcomer is so new that I don't have him on. I don't have him on my on the spreadsheet. Is Steven. In the Alfa Romeo partnering Gabe. And we have Jetty Ricardo. They're on their flying lap. They are the first one here on their lap. Let's go on board with them. Alan Biggles, do you have any comments? Anything that we should know coming into this race?
Hi. Yeah, apparently I don't have anything right now. There's some of the drivers. I don't really know much about these drivers. Some relatively new to the league. So far, I can tell you that there's 3 or 4 of the guys, 5 of the guys look like they're out there on the track right now.
The audio is really bad. Try disconnecting, restarting stuff. I don't know. But meanwhile, Big Poppy has retired from qualifying, crashed at the 11-12 chicane, right after where the Singapore Sling used to be. So that is not good. Also not good is the volume issues. I hope we can settle that, because you're not going to be able to be heard on the broadcasts. So that's not going to be fun. Maybe just try to restart things, and definitely give me updates on Discord. I am just reformatting my Discord right now, just so I can see it while we're streaming, just so I can get updates, just because my fellow commentator and race controls volume is so bad. Jetty Ricardo coming across the line. First lap of the session is going to be a 1:38.2. Next across the line is going to be a Williams. Now they're starting their outlap. So Julian gonna come across the line in the mediums. Can he beat it? Yes, he can. 1:37.8. I'm pretty sure he is very good on those medium tires. Was one of the drivers to watch out for last time. I think he was in the assist tier. I'm pretty sure. I think Duck Lovers goes fastest though. Duck Lovers to 1:37.2 in the Toro Rosso. Duck Lovers is a driver to watch out for. Pretty consistently fast, but definitely is one to take risks with tires and the strategies. Sometimes it works out for him, but sometimes it does not. As you see, Duck Lover is still going down. Yellow flag in sector 2. I don't see anyone. I think that might have been Julian letting Jetty past if he was on another flying lap. Next across the line, White is on their outlap. So next across the line will be Striffium. Very impressive in the non-assist race. Now they're in assist 2. Henner's across the line. He is fast as 1:36.5. Assist 2. There is not, as of yet, like a speed difference or a tier difference between assist 1 and assist 2. We are just starting out on our first season. This is the first race of assist 2. But assist 1, assist 2, and non-assist, we're all in our first season. So there's not really a way that we can gauge the speed difference. Next season, though, we will have that as Striffium comes across the line, but it's only 6th place. I think one of the other commentators was trying to say something. Have you come back?
Oh, I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you better than I could hear Al, but still not the best.
I hear you fine. Is my mic a little better?
Yeah, your mic's you're definitely a little better.
Okay, I figured it out. Let me put it a little bit higher now.
Yeah, definitely put it a little higher. That would help. Most everyone is going.
Sorry. Is this any better now, or should I go back?
I can hear you just fine down in the pit lane.
Yeah, I'm getting the message from Ara. I am actually getting the fix. So we will be off that right now, but the forums are currently down. The forums are down right now, so I'm gonna. Forums are down or glitched for me. We are just trying to get this volume issue sorted. Meanwhile, right now, Mikhail has gotten to 3rd place. So far your standings are Henners, Duck Lovers, Mikhail, Julian, and Cirillo. Those are your top 5. We have 10 minutes left to go in qualifying. We will have more than 10 people in the race. There are some people that did not make it in time for qualifying. So we will see what happens. Is anyone else out on a flying lap? Is one on ERS mode 1? Although no, ERS is auto, so you can't really tell much from ERS. It's typically on auto. Some people won't have it on auto though, but we will see what happens. Julian and Duck Lovers on their outlaps now. We should talk about Duck Lovers. Duck Lovers currently I think actually let me get my phone up just so I have that second screen so I can confirm what positions they are without having to obscure the stream. Stream screen. There we go. Assist section 1. Duck Lovers is in P6 with 3rd place in Canada in a DNF last time he raced around Singapore. So we'll see if Duck Lovers will be able to put himself on the podium this time to finish this race, unlike he did last time. Now next.
Quite surprised to see so many soft runners at this point because in the non-assist race there was a lot of medium and hard runners in qualifying and start the race. That was the strategy they had chosen. So it's quite surprising that in the assist tiers we're seeing more of the soft drivers out.
Yeah, could just be trying to go for that quality time, just wanting to get something, just because there is some skill gap, and there is some skill gap involved. I'm just gonna look at assists, sorry, the non-assists, just to see if there's anyone in here who did race. I'm just looking, just seeing if anyone's on their flying. Anyone else is on their flying lap right now. Duck Lover's on a flying lap, but I'm just looking. Dick Tucker should be on stream.
Sorry to interrupt there. It looks like Julian's on a quickest set, the fastest first sector.
Ooh, we're gonna look at that then, Julian. At fastest first sector, we will see what Julian can do. Dick Tucker might be on this race tonight. I don't know. But if Dick Tucker is wow, I am mispronouncing things. If Dick Tucker is on this race, he's gonna be someone to watch out for. He got fourth place, just off the podium, and got fastest lap in the non-assist category. So, okay, I am going to speaker right button on your window. I am going to sorry, I'm just getting a I am just getting a thing that says what's the secret sound
And Julian goes quickest.
Ooh.
So now we got Julian, Henners, and Duck Lovers running the top 3.
When we go sound control panel, we go sounds communications. Okay. Apply. Okay. Got the issue sorted. We should be able to hear you all now.
All right.
Yes, that's it. Thank you.
There you go.
We must thank RRS3, Blue Cow, however he's known. We got the issue sorted. So we must. That is a big thank you to you. If you cannot listen to the stream, yeah, okay, you're typing, so you can hear. You are listening to the stream. So we are back up and ready. So everybody should be heard now. So what has happened since we have been talking and trying to sort this out?
Julian went quickest, and a couple drivers are out doing a lap now, which is quite surprising because I would be thinking that they're getting ready for their last sprint in this qualifying session.
Let me just
we're down to 5-minute mark. Sorry to interrupt. We're down to 5 minutes now. It looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drivers out on track right now.
I am just turning my message settings off so you don't hear any crap. Did I disconnect? Can you still hear me?
Yep, we got you.
Cool. Okay. There you go. Now everything should be sorted. Julian gonna go into the pits. Duck Lover's behind him will also go into the pits.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. Duck Lover just a faster second sector there.
But yeah, going into the pits though. So.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
It's fine.
He's avoided that lap.
Yeah, Cirillo, after 2 laps on the softs, definitely going into the pits. Yeah, so most everyone just getting ready for that last push. It is Julian on top. We have seen Julian in that practice race around Singapore. He is good around here. So we will be able to figure it out, hopefully. But right now, it is Julian, Henners, Duck Lovers, Mikau, and Jetty running at the top 5. And we will see what everybody can do. I'm going to check on assist 2 right now, if there's any. Okay, no word from Dick Tucker, so they're probably not going to be in here. Gabe forgot about the race, said there's no way he can make it now. As a backup, though, we do have a backup. Total Wizard is an Irish driver who will be joining in for today's race. Might be full time, might not be. We will figure it out later. Hopefully they enjoy the racing here enough to join. We are seeing. Question is White gonna stay out? White is on 2 lap old hards. Is he gonna stay out and just try and pump in lap after lap on hards, or is he gonna go into the pits and try for a really quick entrance and exit? And if he's gonna try quickly going into the pits, do you think that's gonna work?
If it does, it will be extremely close, I think. Could be possible though. I think he should try on the mediums if he's going for the pits. You should try and strap on the mediums, see what he can do with those.
Yellow flag in sector 3, but nothing on there. Mikau goes fastest on the mediums, 135.5, and White is coming into the pits.
So the track's definitely rubbering in right now, but that was an impressive lap on medium tires from Mikau.
We have not seen Mikau race. This is his first race in LOR, practice or otherwise. And we are seeing him 5/10 ahead of the competition in medium tires. Next best laps are on softs.
Kind of a trend in this league for the new drivers freshly joining to having extremely good performances. We saw a debut driver in the non-assist win, so
yeah, that was Izzy.
Kind of a trend.
I still need to make the winner's image for that. Just as my computer, hopefully this doesn't happen again. When we got to the actual race, my computer did some weird stuff. I just had to censor myself there. Did some weird stuff, and it would not let me host. So I had to do a custom grid. And there are definitely people that suffered as a consequence. People could not get their setups ready. Many crashes happened. But in the end, Izzy took it home.
Yeah, Henna just exited the pits. I don't know why, because he's not going to be able to cross the line in time. And he's sitting in P3 at the moment, but he exited the pits, but I think it's too late for him. I don't think he can get another lap now.
There is an Alfa Romeo. Steven going into the pits. I don't know why. He must have aborted the lap, and that's going to be it. He will start P9. There's a Mercedes. Mikau going to see if he can improve. No. And Stryfium does improve. It's 7th place, 138.5. Next across the line is going to be Julian in the McLaren. The question is he going to make it in time to have another shot at a lap?
Julian's got a fastest second sector. He's definitely on the pace right now. He just got a 37.3 second sector.
This is good. Coming into the 20 and 21 chicane. If there are many chicanes if you count them all as chicanes. So Julian is aborting. Julian is going back to the pits. He's going to start P2 if nothing else happens. That is not good. Duck Lovers.
On a flying lap. Jetai might be on a pretty quick lap right now.
Duck Lovers coming up. Duck Lovers secures P3, moves up from P4. Behind him is a Williams. Henners, I think that was Henners that came across the line. Cannot improve. Will start P4. Jetty Ricardo next up. In P5, can he improve on that?
Jetai across the line?
He can improve. Jetty across the line, no. He can improve, but won't improve in terms of places.
Yeah, he didn't.
Last people on laps are Mikau and Stryfium. If I were Mikau, I'd just take it easy and save the tires into the race. And he has to.
Sorry about that. Stryfium's on wing damage.
Who has?
Stryfium.
Ooh, we were looking at Stryfium now. Yes, has front wing damage. Might just come into the pits after this lap. And yes, that is what we are going to see. So that is your qualifying position. It's going to be Mikau, Julian, Duck Lovers, Henners, Jetty, Cirillo, Stryfium, White, Steven, Big Poppy, and Total Wizard.
And just looking at the data there, there's a second between the top 3 there, and then actually between the top top four. Let's say there's a second, and then there's almost eight tenth of a second back there in P5
Yeah.
with Jet Tie.
Yeah, JD, we will be watching this top four. That's shootout that we're all going to be watching.
But what a lap from Mikau, like to set that 135.5 on mediums. Very impressive.
And now we finally are ending the session. As you see Duck Lovers on P3 on the second row. Mikau in first, as he said, and words are hard today. Mikau on pole position. We will be coming to the grid in 23 seconds. It's a bit obscured on your screen just because of the stream banner. Oh, that. Obviously we're gonna see Mikau have a very good race on the medium tires, but who do you think are other drivers to watch out for today?
I'm looking for Julian again. He's proven his pace around here in the practice race, so I'm sure he's gonna be good to watch.
Yeah, Julian's gonna be good. You just watch all of the top three. Duck Lovers has something to prove. He DNF'd out of the Assist 1 race in Singapore. You're gonna see what he can do as there are clouds in the air as we're going to race at sunset or dusk. I forget which one I set it to for Singapore.
So it'll be interesting, definitely with the strategy, because now Macau can stay out a lot longer, but obviously pending safety car situations, because you usually do get a safety car around in Singapore, that might give it a little bit of advantage for the second position all the way back, obviously, to P6, are all starting on the softs.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting because he is on, Macau is on a harder compound, and he is on a better strategy for pit stops. He's only got to do a one stop when Julian's got to do at least two. So he's taking a gamble here, hoping that there's no safety car, I'm guessing.
So yeah, in your expertise, how long do you think the softs really last around Singapore here?
Personally, when I did the non-assist race, I gave absolutely zero time to a soft strategy because I knew that it was extremely slow with an extra pit stop. I could tell you 100% that on lap 11, the mediums start to go off slightly, and by lap 13, you are going to be going at least a second slower a lap.
And the softs, how many laps do you usually get out of that around the streets of Singapore?
I haven't done it. I did zero practice on the sauce, but from what I was hearing, by lap 4, they start going off, and by the next lap itself, you are going to be losing a lot of time on those soft tires.
Oof.
Okay, so that will definitely give Macau like at least a 5 or 6 lap advantage before he needs to pit.
Yeah. We see a variance of tires here. Mikau in first, Striffium in 7th, and Steven in 9th, all on mediums. 2 through 6 are on softs. White and Big Poppy are on hards. Those are the ones that they qualified on and Big Poppy crashed out on. Total Wizard got his choice in 11th, chose to go on the hards.
Yeah, obviously he had to because he didn't get a chance to qualify joining the session really late. So he has to try to play the strategy game now. Whether or not we didn't get a chance to see his pace, unfortunately, in qualifying. So yeah, let's see how he starts on the hard. So obviously it is a mandatory pit stop race. Is that correct? Like still have to pit stop even?
Think so. Yeah.
It is a mandatory pit stop.
It's mandatory, so maybe he'll do a whole run to the end and then quickly change to the softs.
Yeah. Drivers to watch out for today, and we all just talked about that, but three more actually. Henners, Cirillo, and Striffium. Henners, very good job defending, actually. Very good defender, as we saw in the non-assist race. Cirillo always seems to hang around the top fourth. The top, but we're gonna stop commentating. We got 5 red lights as I cannot change my camera right now. We are just on board with Mikau We are waiting, and we are finally away. In Singapore, Total Wizard trying to make a move in the back. As we see Duck Lovers trying to come up for P3. Trying to go around the outside of Henners, but Henners is going to keep that position as of right now. I think it is Henners who makes the move up to P3. Because Duck Lovers did start in P3, so Henners is the one that makes that move. Cirillo and Stryfium are currently fighting, although it's pretty apparent that Cirillo will be the one that makes the move. Total Wizard already making up 2 positions. And as we are all coming into turn 8, and now we're going to go with Mikau. Adapatang coming into where the Singapore Sling used to be. Turn 10 coming into the 11 and 12 chicane. There's a little bit of a gap between everybody, as much as gaps can be on this first lap. Who have been those? Has there been any big position gainers in this first lap so far?
I would have to say Total Wizard for sure. Starting last on the hard compound, he's already gained 2 positions already up into P9.
Yeah. We already have Mikau with a 1 second advantage over Julian, and we know how good of a driver Julian is. And it's only been midway through the first lap as everyone's going under the bridge and heading up towards turns 22 and 23 to complete their first lap out of 31 of this circuit.
Julian's looking really quick right now with the data. He's certainly a lot quicker towards the end of the first lap there. He set the fastest second and third sector. So he needs to push right now. He needs to get past Mikau because he's on the soft compound. He has to give it everything he's got because he knows that Mikau is on the mediums. So he knows he's got at least to pit. He has to box a lot earlier than Mikau. So.
We did see him close up near the end of the first sector. But Mikau is regaining the advantage. Maybe just better sector 2 overall. As they're starting to see some gaps form. Stryfium, meanwhile, overtakes Jenny Ricardo. I didn't really see that move too well. But Stryfium, again, making up that position going into P5.
Yeah, so there's a huge battle right now between, as you go down to P4, P5, P6, P7, P8. They're all right next to each other. So
yeah, White was trying to find a way through, unable to, as of right now. Let's see if they're going. They are into. Let's see, we're into. I think that was turn 14. I think that was Conic Corner. Yes, that was. They're heading into 16 and 17. Very tough corner to get the good racing line on. I definitely saw, I forget who it was, but I remember seeing one of those drivers in Assist 1 just taking that line the wrong way for all of the race and just losing time because of it.
It looks like Jetta's hit the wall. He's had a very bad exit from that. That's dropped him back down to P9.
Jetty's into the pits now.
In the pits too, yeah. I think he had a tire puncher or something. He hit the wall really hard coming out of the final corner, I think.
Yeah, he's had a missing end play for, I think, since the beginning of the race, and I guess it's just getting too bad for him, and he's hit the wall a lot, so good move for him, I think.
Yeah. White getting a good corner exit. He's trying to chase after Cirillo in DRS range. We're on board, gonna see if he can get closer. He's definitely able to get closer. He's gonna go down the inside. Will he be able to make the move? Yes, he will be able to make the move, and that is good, clean racing. That is what we like to see here. Made the move into Memorial Corner. White now left to P6. Meanwhile, Total Wizard now trying to overtake Cirillo as well. Now is not the time, though, but he is very close on that back end as Cirillo gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting.
The Alfa Romeo of Steven in P10 is missing an end plate. Quite a couple cars in this race already with some damage to their end plates.
Yeah, this is Singapore. And Steven going very slow around that turn 13 hairpin. Just not quite used to getting around that yet.
The Williams of Stryfium is also missing an end plate.
Ooh, Stryfium, that's not good.
Mikhail looks like he's really putting the pressure down now. He's building a nice lead advantage right now behind the next 3 drivers. That's Julian. That's
Julian, Henner's, Doug Lovers, yes.
yeah, they're on the soft compounds. Julian's starting to put some pressure now. He's gaining a little bit of advantage now over.
Yeah, but 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Julian, he's gonna have to do it with missing end plate.
Oh, White might be making a move. Not quite yet, though. And meanwhile, I went away. Total Wizard just made a move on Cirillo. I was just on to... But Cirillo has ghosted now. That is not good for Cirillo's race.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him. Looks like there's some...
Meanwhile, White might be making a move on Striffium. I think they made contact. Front wing. Will White get past? Not just yet. Side by side. Cutting into Stanford corner. White will make it past.
Yep. So Phil has got 38% front wing left damage. So he's...
Who has the damage?
38% front left wing. So he's...
For which driver?
For Stafril.
For Striffium?
Yeah, in the Williams. So he's going to struggle right now, but you can still.
Oh, Henner's losing an end plate, colliding with the wall, on the way on S1A Drive. That's what that section of the track is called. Henner's has now both Williams losing out with end plate damage. We're gonna see if these other drivers can take advantage. We're on board the Total Wizard coming into where is he? My map is where is my map? 2021.
Into the final corner.
Yes, and into the final. See, Singapore counts this as the final 2 corners. Gets DRS. Australia won't be able to make the overtake quite yet, but is very close behind.
He's certainly pushing right now. Remember, he's also on the hard compound, so he's on the slower tire, but he's obviously putting a lot of pressure on up ahead of him.
He's gone 11th to 7th. He makes the most of that corner. There's a little bit of contact, a little bit of tire bumping, and now Total Wizard should be ahead of Striffium at this next corner, and he is. Total Wizard doing a very good job charging up from 11th to 6th in this race.
Very good. It's getting 5 positions already, and we're on lap 5.
Big Poppy has made a move on the Ghosted Cirillo. Meanwhile, Doug Lovers following Henner's, the other Williams car with end plate damage. Not too far behind, just waiting to make a move. Coming down S1A Drive, Henner's will be a bit too far ahead, but he's just going to sit back and patiently wait. Try his best to get past as soon as he can.
So, just to give you a little update right now on the penalties, they're all been pretty clean right now. The only person that's got a penalty right now is Cirillo. He's in P9 in the Haas. He's got a 3-second penalty, but so far all the other drivers have been pretty clean so far. We are only still early. It's only lap 5. As McCall then crosses the line, he's in the lap 6 now. He's kind of really way ahead now. He's got an 8-second lead. So, drivers are pretty clean. So, but it's still early, so we'll wait to see what happens.
Julian into the pit.
Julian's pitted. Sorry to interrupt, Eddie.
No, yeah, we said the same thing. Just, so into the pits. He will be putting on those medium tires. Duck Lover's also into the pits.
Oh, he's getting a new wing.
I did not know that Julian had wing damage. Duck Lovers does not, and he will come out ahead of Julian, I am pretty sure. Yes, Duck Lovers gains the position because he did not have to switch out his wings. Clean driving gains you an advantage.
Cyril is also in the box as well. He's boxed.
Yep, he just came out with fresh new medium tires.
That's right. Everybody that's pitted right now has all got put fresh mediums on, so that is the strategy. As Mikhail's still way ahead in the front right, 14-second gap now over second place. He's really putting the foot. He's in a league of his own right now.
I think Mikhail is he's just got to keep it clean, keep his wing in check, and it should be an easy win.
It is surprisingly still no safety cars. Obviously, it is a smaller grid. No safety cars or even virtual safety cars.
Yeah, nothing yet. If you want to be an Assist 2 racer, if you are watching and you want to race in Assist 2, you may join us. Our Discord is tinyurl.com/lightsoutf1. You can, that should be at the top right of your screen if you want to join and be part of this racing series. Our next race after this is Saturday. That is Assist 1, and it will be the first of our races in Baku for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. For the third round, we are going to see if Charles Noncrash can keep his championship lead. He is leading Charles Noncrash in Assist 1, currently leading by, if I'm doing my math right, 17 points over his next competitor.
All right. Sorry to interrupt there. There's a big battle going on between Hentar and White. It looks like White might be running on Hentar down the straight.
Yep, and he's got the position already.
So those soft compounds are working quite well for him right now. Although they're starting to get right at the edge of the cliff, for sure.
No, yeah, White's on hards right now.
White's on hard. Yeah, that's right. That means
Yeah, Henners is on the softs.
Henner's suffering right now. He's definitely struggling right now with those softs.
It
He's the only driver on the track right now with the soft compound on.
Yeah, that definitely shows because we know for non-assist, we know Henners as a very good defensive driver, probably the best defensive driver on this grid, and he is just getting passed again. Total wizard now passing him. Those soft tires just not very good right now. Even on those hards, he needs to go into the pits.
Yeah, his last lap was 146.5, so he's 4 seconds off the pace right now.
Yeah, trying to make a stretch, and it's just not working out for him right now.
Let's see if he boxes. Most likely will box.
Big Poppy has an incident. He just goes straight into Connet, into the barriers. Luckily, he is able to carry on, missing an end plate. Big Poppy might have to go into the pits on hard tires.
That might be his day gone. And yep, as we expected, Hannah's pit boxed. He's going to put the fresh compound on.
Yeah,
the medium.
Probably a new wing as well.
Yeah, he's going to drop at least 1, 2. Maybe he might exit in front of Steven, depending if he had damage or not. No, he won't. He'll lose position. Steven.
Oh, he's made a mistake. He's on inters. Is there rain coming?
There's rain on my screen.
Yeah, I was about to actually commentate to you guys. It's looking pretty dark right there in the clouds. So, is there a possibility of some light rain?
Yeah, Henners is that's why he stayed out on those softs. Because he must have gotten
the absolute right strategy. Yeah, who knows? It might work out quite well.
Yeah, maybe, but again, there could be the possibility of hitting too early for inters. I was gonna say Duck Lovers set the fastest lap, but now Julian has. Duck Lovers and Julian really showing their pace here.
Yeah, 5th and 6th, they're doing quite well. They're on so Duck's on 7 old lap mediums, but Julian has fresh mediums. He's got 2 lap old mediums.
Now both of them are on the same. They both pitted at the same time. So they're both on.
You guys. Sorry about that. Continue.
It's okay. They're both on 2 lap old mediums.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my data's a little slow to update on that one.
Fair. Yeah, I only know because we saw them pit at the exact same time.
Yeah, good call. Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna. Mikau does not pit yet. We're gonna go on board with White. Yes, White is coming into the pits, and he's on 7 lap old hard tires. So he already pit once in this race. So it is time for inners.
Wiz has boxed him as well, so now it's going to be a pit stop battle. Obviously, as we know with the F1 game, it's the same time, so there is no advantage. The pit crew will not make mistakes. Oh, he's going to inters.
Oh, White has to wait. Wizard in the pits. Wizard also going on inters.
They've both gone on inters.
Yeah, everyone's coming in. Ooh, Julian penalty speeding in the pit lane. That's not good for Julian. But the rain's coming down. Everyone's going on inters, and Henners might just be the benefactor driver here. But we'll see. He's still in 9th. We're gonna go on board. We're gonna see him pass by this pit lane. He's in 5th position when he pitted. We are going to see him pass this pit lane. We're gonna see if it was the right call to pit on the last lap.
Julian's boxed.
DRS has been disabled. So really showing the rain is here to stay now.
It sure is. Big Poppy was in the wall in Sector 3 on the bridge section, and he's sliding his way Formula Drift style back to the pit lane.
Henner's from P5 on his pit stop to P7. Might not have been a good idea to pit stop like so early, but Julian will need to go into the pits, and he's already catching.
Big Poppy's pit box. Now these leaders are going to have to box. We got Macau. You have 100%. This top 3 right now have to box.
Oh,
Macau's
and that's Henner's. That's Henner's into the wall. That's his end plate gone. And Henner's, that is not good. Henner's was the very first one to pit. Inches most of his wing, most of his the left, the front, his left, our right. That most of that wing is off. That was not good. He was the first one to pit for inters. That could have been a very good strategy from him, but no, it will not. It was not to be.
Siri is going off somewhere.
Oh, Cirillo, yeah, that was turn 5 coming on to Raffles Boulevard, and he is losing, and he has lost his front right, our front left right now wing. Oh, and he does not break in time for Memorial Corner. That's gonna let Big Poppy pass him.
Duck's pitted now.
And that's Cirillo retired from the session. Cirillo just cutting off. Was not able to go back. He is out of this race. That is not good. Cirillo, usually one of the faster drivers.
This is really changing the order around right now. It's really hard to keep an eye of it.
Yeah.
This rain is definitely throwing the mix. I mean, Jeff must have called it, I think, earlier for the drivers.
Yeah.
I think Henner's was a little too early for his pit stop, and it looks like he's coming back to the pits now.
Yeah, just needs to get that wing. Yeah.
Julian's boxed, but Big Papa is the only one right now on the medium medium compound because Julian's boxed, so they're the only ones left now. Mm-hmm. It seems to me to be crazy right now to be out there on the dry compound. You really need to change to the inters.
Yeah, we're gonna go. Yeah. We're gonna go on board with Steve and see how he fares. Now he's is he gonna come into the pits now? Yes, he will be coming.
Yeah, he has the box for sure. There's no way you can keep it on the road there now. And we've seen too many mistakes from the drivers. Let's go up front. We have a really close battle there. It looks like between Duck, Stiffy, and Jedi. They're all close. Line of stone there. They're all in the inters.
Big Poppy apparently went into the pits, but is still on mediums. So something must have happened. There must have been an error there, because I'm sure Big Poppy wanted to get intermediates. Because it's crazy not to. Yeah.
Maybe he's picked.
Oh, Henner's is on wets. Henner's is on wets right now.
Sorry, Hender's, I was just about to say, Hender's on wets. He's taking the gamble. Maybe he thinks it's going to come down a lot heavier. It looks like it is raining. I don't know how much. We are on lap 11. There's still a lot of laps to go. So if it starts raining a lot heavier than what it is right now, he's definitely going to have a great strategy advantage.
Yeah, he sure will. I'm putting an Al theory out here that Hender's thinks it's too wet because he was getting overheated tires on his intermediates from that earlier pit stop. But hey, maybe it is the right call to go out of wets, as it is raining extremely hard now.
Yeah, they have. I think they all have Jeff as an engineer, so it's depending on which of the calls that Jeff is going to give them as to what strategy that they want to choose.
Yep, universal engineers.
Jeff's a very popular engineer, as we hear, apparently.
Really?
We love Jeff.
Yeah.
Anybody who's raced this game knows Jeff quite well.
Absolutely. F1 2010, you're gonna love to have him back.
So so after all this kind of like pit stop carnage and so forth that's going on, we need to get an idea of what's happening right now with the race positions.
Yeah. Big Poppy now on the wet, so that's 2 drivers now.
Let's look at the lap times. So it's a little hard to get the lap times right now because there's a lot of boxing that's been going on.
Yeah.
Let's look. White has the quickest last lap time, 156.5. Wizard with a 157.2. Jedi with 158. And the other times that I have a lot, I guess, because they're out laps and so forth. So it's a little hard to gauge those.
Mikhail currently a pit stop ahead of second place with White. So Mikhail just running away with this race currently in the Mercedes. A familiar sight to those who are familiar with F1.
So I wonder how it's feeling for those drivers out there. They seem to be keeping it pretty clean. Like there's not a lot of sliding and so forth that's going on. I mean, I guess those inters are working quite well. It's wet, but is it wet enough to really take the risk on the full wet tires?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Yeah. What are the lap times that you've been seeing for the intermediates
Let's have a look.
compared to the wets?
At the full wet drivers so far, Hentai's 2:33, very slow lap time. Big Papa 3:08, but they probably were out laps as well. No, Big Papa's very slow right now track as well, so he's definitely struggling right now.
Yeah,
those
Big
wets.
Poppy's not
Who's in the
the
wall?
fastest. Who
Oh,
is?
there you go, and he's
Yeah.
out.
Big Poppy out of the session.
Safety car.
Oh wow, here we go.
Big Poppy triggers the safety car by getting, I guess, frustrated and sending it into the wall.
This race was already interesting. Now it's going to get even more interesting. Now the
Yeah.
safety car's out. They're all going to bunch back up. Is anybody going to try to take anything? Anybody going to take a gamble here? There are boxing. Who's boxing right now?
Yeah, that's
That
Jetty
is
in the pit
Stryfium
lane.
and Jetty and Stryfium. Mikau,
Let's
this
see
is
what
not
Typhon
what
has.
This is not what Mikau wanted. He was a pit stop ahead of everyone else. He wanted to
They
just run
both
away with
changed.
this race. That will not happen. Now, yeah, they both on the
they
wets.
both boxed for the full wets. They've gone the full wets. They're exiting the pits now. The line of Stone, Jeddah, and Stiffle. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. They're both line of Stone. They decided to go the full wets.
What happened with Big Poppy to retire from the race?
He had a little bit of moment, ended up in the wall, and then I guess he got frustrated and decided to send it into the escape road.
That might be something to deal with, just because if just purposely sending it because Mikau just had such a big advantage.
Yep, Mikhail's stayed out. Now he's crossed the line. He's decided to stay out on the enter. Steven has crossed the line as well. He's decided to stay out P2. He's further back.
Yeah,
obviously in P9.
I
Now
saw
the next person up the track is White. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Will White box or not? He's past the box. He stayed out on the enters as well. Behind him is Wizard. Is he going to stay out on the enters? No, Wizard's boxed. He's going to go. He's changing his strategy. He's going to go for the wets.
Yeah. Who was it that had somebody got speeding under pit lane penalty? And they have to do a drive-through. Do you know who that was? Can you check?
I don't have those that penalty information. Sorry, I only have corner cutting penalty information. So I don't have.
It'll
that,
say
sorry.
in race director.
Yeah, I'll have a check on that one for you.
Duck Lover's coming into the pits. We're gonna follow along just to see if he will pit or if it is the drive-through that we're looking at.
Okay, back to you. Sorry, Julian was the one with the 5-second penalty.
Thank you.
In the pit lane.
So Julian will be doing a drive-through. Might be a chance to switch to wets if he didn't consider that before. We will see.
So Wizards exited the pits. He's still back in P3. He's gone with the wets. He feels like this track is getting a lot wetter. We are on lap 13. I did notice the clouds earlier, and I was quite surprised that the rain. Well, the rain does come down hard in Singapore, as we know. So
Yeah, this is. Yeah, I'm like, what a turn of events for the very first Assist 2 race, and what a drive from Total Wizard coming up from the back of the grid to P3. All right, in 13 laps.
the strategy is definitely going to play in his hands now. But they're all pretty well spread out in the track right now, so it's going to take probably a few laps in order for them to start catching the safety car.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 3 cars in Sector 2. We've got 3 cars in Sector... Yes, 3 cars in Sector 3, 3 cars in Sector 2, 4 cars in Sector 2 now, and 1 car in Sector 1, so it will definitely have to wait a little while for them to bunch up.
Yeah.
So far on track right now, we have Macau stayed out on the inters. We have White, he's also on the inters. And then we've got Wizard, the wets. The first of the wet runners, we have Wizard, Jatai. Looks like Duck Lover. No, Duck Lover's and Strophy. So, how are you guys feeling about the race right now? Do you think that strategy paid off for anybody, changing from the early into the wets? Who was one of the, I can't remember who were the first guys that tried to
Henners
put on the
was
wet.
the first, and then Big Poppy, but he's in the wall. But if you did like if we went but yeah, if Big Poppy went into the wall on purpose, then that might get him a serious penalty.
Yeah, he was back at the grid too, wasn't he? So I'm not quite sure. So it doesn't look like Hentai's strategy has paid off boxing early
Yeah.
for the wet as well, because he's back in P8 now, and
Yeah.
he's he's almost a lap down from the leader. He's definitely a minute and a half away from the leader, but they're all going to bunch up now, obviously, with the safety car. So it's still going to be a while, I think. It's still going to be a few more laps before we see them
Oh,
start.
for sure.
So this is probably a time right now for the drivers to take a quick breather, think about the strategy, think about the tires that they're on.
This is a perfect time for a safety car because not only does it give them a breather, but they also get to test the wet conditions behind a safety car.
Yeah, all important keeping the tire temperatures as well right now, because I'm looking at the telemetry and a lot of the drivers are on cold tires.
Yep. It's extremely hard to get those wet tires at the right temperature in the rain behind the safety car. Lots of weaving, but you got to be careful to not pull off a Grosjean.
Yeah.
It is the new famous phrase, isn't it? The Grosjean. So we're not even halfway through the race yet. We're still, lap 14, 31.
Yeah, looking at the position changers, Total Wizard and White, the biggest position gainers, biggest positions lost, are Julian and Henners.
Yeah, I can't remember what happened. Oh, who's boxing now? Wiz is boxing. Already? Why is he boxing?
One lap. Did he get a drive-through?
No, he's boxing. Maybe he thinking it's time to go to the Inters again. He was on the wets. He meant not
We're
like those wets.
looking. Yep,
He's gone to the
green
Inters,
rim
yeah.
tires.
He's gone to the Inters. Yep. He
More
feels
tires.
that it's probably not wet enough for those wets, so that's a gamble. But I think he did have a pit stop in hand anyway. He was he was quite ahead of Jetai, and they were still trying to catch. Jetai will pass him now. They're going to be close. No, it'll remain track position.
Because it is a little race for the drivers that are staying out and the drivers that did box. It's a race to the track.
All right, there's a lot. So there's a lot of pit stops right now. I think some drivers have used every single compound in the race right now. Jetai has used every compound. He's used softs, mediums, inters, and wets. So he's definitely giving Pirelli giving his money's worth of the Pirelli tires.
Yep.
Same with Julian. He's also used. Oh no, Julian hasn't used the hard compound yet.
Yeah.
Jetty's the only one on those full wets.
Yep, there definitely won't be any. I doubt that there will be any. Well, you never know if the rain eases off. It might start going dry again. That would just really make this race even crazier than what it is right now.
Safety car is in this lap. Safety car is in, so we will see this restart. There is some confusion right now as to positions, as Steven is currently in between White and Mikhail, but Steven is a lap down. So
he's a lap down.
That's annoying because White might stay behind Steven instead of pushing Mikhail as he should.
So they're bunched up, but we have Mikhail all the way down to Julian. It looks like that are behind the safety car. Stefu is still catching. He's still a little bit behind, but he's now catching the safety car bunch.
Yeah, Mikhail's let the safety car go. He's still going slow. Now Mikhail's turning it up. Now Mikhail is starting his lap. He has a very good advantage over White, although he is racing a Ghost, so that's probably why. And now we are looking. No battles really happening except for Total Wizard battling a ghost. Duck Lovers has passed Jetty Ricardo, and Julian is now right on the back of Jetty.
I think he made contact.
Yeah, Jetty. Well, Jetty sliding. Julian losing the back end for a little bit. Coming onto Raffles Boulevard. Yeah, just Julian constantly losing that back end. Needs to be more stable.
And what a restart from Macau. 2.4 seconds already.
Yeah.
As we're entering sector 2. So he's pulled a great lead away.
And let's see. Total Wizard currently catching up to White ahead. This could be going for second place here, going into what used to be the Singapore Sling, coming into 11 and 12. And across the Anderson Bridge and into the hairpin section, there's a blue flag. I don't know who. I assume that is for Steven behind him. White now pulling away, and Duck Lovers. Now Duck Lovers is also losing time on Wizard, although he proceeded wrong, almost goes in the wall.
Yep. He's putting some pressure on Wizard. They're a lot of stone. I think they're almost a second apart.
Oh, Julian and Jetty are doing it out right now. They're side by side, and Julian gets ahead at turn 16. Julian now into 5th place as it comes into Bay Corner. What were you saying?
Oh, sorry, he's lapping Steven. He's got the blue flag, Steven, ahead of him. So that even though it's a ghosted car, it's always going to throw you off mentally. But now, yeah, he's got Duck Lover up ahead now, ahead of him. He's fallen back a little bit from that. So Macau, White, Total Wizard, and Duck Lover, they're all kind of pretty close together. Macau's still gaining a little bit of a gap now. He's got a 3.5 second gap now. He's starting to pull away.
Speaking of Total Wizard now has a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting, and that now promotes Duck Lovers into a net podium place.
Yep, he's the first of the second driver now to get a 3-second time penalty. So these guys have been pretty impressive, not avoiding their time penalties, especially in these tricky conditions.
Yeah, absolutely. And where's Henner? Yeah, Henner's is far behind in P7, in P8. Now just trying to finish this race. Both Williams at the back, only followed by a ghosted out Alfa Romeo. Oh, and Striphium almost it taps the wall a little bit. Camera is not showing me if there's any damage. No damage to be seen. As of right now, I don't know about telemetry, but no damage from Striphium.
Yes. Oh wait, Jet Tire has right front wing damage.
That's not good. Jetty might come in. That might be an excuse to come in for inters. Everybody seems to be on inters. Everybody who was and he's in the wall. That will be part of his front. That'll be his wing gun. That'll be.
Yep. He still kept it, but it's fully damaged to the left now. 76% to the left.
No, that other end plate is off on my screen. So now he is missing both end plates now.
Yeah, there's no way he can continue with that much damage and be even remotely on the pace of these guys. That's going to hurt his race. He's probably fuming right now. He's probably about as red in that helmet that his car is in the Ferrari.
Oh, and meanwhile, there's a battle. Total Wizard and White. They are going at it. Coming onto Republic Boulevard. Into turn 5.
No DRS, slippery conditions.
And we're seeing those lights passing by as if we're in thunder and lightning. Although no, it is just the lights of Singapore. Henner's a 5-second.
I think it's bucketing down now. It looks like it's getting really heavy.
It absolutely is going on board. Now might be the time for wets, but we'll see.
These guys are on inters right now, and they look like they're struggling a lot. I wonder if that was a bad decision for Wizard to box to change to the inters, because it looks like it's really heavy now.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Macau's but still a little up the road. He's got 6 seconds. He has dropped a little bit, so he's struggling. Wonder if he's going to box for the wets. This is going to be a tough call for these drivers right now, but it looks like it's really bucketing down right now in Singapore.
Yeah.
We missed it before, but on the pit entry for Jetty, he hit that pit wall, so
Ooh.
now his front wing was completely gone for sure. So
Yeah, he's
he
gone right now.
he's gonna take that time to box for inters.
Yeah, Hannah's just about to pass him right now on
Yeah.
track too, because unless Hannah has damage as well, which he might be, because he seems to be on the same pace as well, unless he's struggling a lot. Okay, so now we're going around to the final couple of corners. Let's see if Mikhail's going to box or not. Will he?
No.
No, he stayed out. Stayed out. So let's see. Behind him is White.
Everybody's seeming to stay out for now.
They must be feeling okay with these conditions. Well,
I don't
time
think
will tell.
Mikhail should risk it.
Nobody's taking a gamble right now. Julian stayed out. He's just past the pit lane entrance. So behind him is Steven.
Yo, flag in
already been
sector
up.
2. That's Henners. Henners is gone. Into turn 11. Okay.
Safety car.
Oh, yeah, that will
the
definitely be a
return of the
car right
safety
now.
car.
Yep. Now, this is going to give the opportunity. Will these guys decide to change to the wets under the safety car? They're all pretty much bunched up. We do have only 7 runners left. So now it's going to be a big gamble because they're all certainly close. Jeddah's the only one that's really significantly Steven and Jeddah are really behind the pack. So we're looking at 5 guys really that are bunched up that have any 5 of these guys really have a chance of winning this race too in these conditions right now. We're not even lap 20.
Yeah.
And we've got this much carnage. So
Although we did see 3 safety cars in Canada for both assists and non-assists. And it was not raining on the race, although it was raining in qualifying for assist 1. And
so
that
Jetai
provided
gone
some
past the
scenes.
pits. Jetai did not box. He's decided to continue on in the enters. I wonder how it does feel, because the rain seems to have eased. No, I don't know if the rain's eased up, and it looks like it's still bucketing down to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, very hard to tell from the broadcast perspective.
I can't see if there's any puddles forming yet on the track. But it's
Also,
slippery.
yeah, it is slippery. You're right. Also, as a little comparison, in the non-assist race, it was completely dry and we saw 7 DNFs.
Yeah.
Now it's raining.
All right, so Macau's now in the last sector. He's coming around. He's going to decide whether or not Macau's going to box.
Didn't box last lap, but he's going. He is going into the pits.
He's boxing. Macau's boxing. He's definitely going to the wets. Let's see how it happens with White now. White's in P2. Is he going to copy the same strategy, or is he going to stay out?
Yep, he's copying.
No,
Although
stayed out.
Wizard.
He's decided to stay out in the inters. Duck stayed out in the inters as well. Wow, that's gonna change up the strategy a little bit now. So
as
the 2
Wizard
leaders,
now leading this race.
Yep. So
it's a new set of inters.
I mean, we're not driving right now. We don't know what the conditions are, but we can certainly see it looks extremely tricky. I don't know what the right call would be. You guys are, you guys do drive a lot in these league races, so you could probably call that a lot better than I could.
I am not a league racing driver, except occasionally in DMR Tier 4, but Strithium going into the pits as well. No, Mikau is still on inters. White is still on inters. Yeah, everybody just getting new intermediate tires.
I think it's on the bridge between the full wets and the intermediates right now.
Yeah. I mean, you say that, but people have just been putting on new intermediates.
Yeah, I mean, if you feel comfortable in these conditions on inters, I mean, keep them on, in my opinion. If you think it's too wet and you're not as confident, the wets I don't think would be a bad call either to make.
Meanwhile, Steven is back. Steven is back in control of his Alfa Romeo. It's good to see that he's racing once again.
So in torrential conditions, it looks like almost like a monsoon right now
Yeah.
in Singapore. It's lap 20. We still have almost 12 laps to go. Wizard is in P1. Look at that gain position. 10 positions that he's gained. He started last too, remember? And now he's behind the safety car in P1, but he is on the inters with Duck Lovers behind him also on the inters. So, and Macau, Macau and White both boxed in inters.
Mm-hmm.
So why did they change those tires? They were old inters.
I think just trying. I think just trying to get tires, fresher tires to go to the end of the race.
Yeah, they're gonna have a great advantage.
Yeah, but the only problem is too now he has to get past a couple of drivers ahead in tricky rain conditions, and that's not an easy thing to do.
Safety car gonna stay out probably one more lap.
I'd say so. Julian now is trying to catch the back of the safety car pack. Also,
It's Striffium.
Stiffrium, sorry. And Jetta is now a little further down the road, and he's trying to catch as well. So, but there's only 3 cars right now that need to catch the safety car pack.
And we're gonna see if Duck Lovers can get the jump on Wizard here. Both, although we might look for Mikau again. Mikau again, when it hasn't been the safety car, he was leading this race by a long shot on both the regular start and that old safety car restart. He's on new intermediates, and that might be good. That might be a good choice, as he has so much pace around here. He has not had to overtake any other drivers so far, so this is going to be a real test for him.
So to give you an update on the tire situation, well, you can see the tire situations on the screen right now, but it looks like, Julian's the only one. He's on the old inters, so he's on 11 lap old inters, if I'm reading it correctly.
That is Steven on old inters. Mikau, White, Julian, and Striffium are the people who went into the pits.
Yeah, I'm reading that correctly now. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
The telemetry data is a little lagging on the tire.
Yeah. I've been going across Anderson Bridge, going into turn 13 and down Esplanade Drive, coming up to the end of Sector 2, and we will get our alert as the safety car crosses the end of Sector 2. And no, I think we did not get an alert, so the safety car might be staying out for one more lap. Although I don't know why it would.
I don't know.
We just got it. There we go.
Yeah, Jedi just caught the safety car pack, so it definitely they're ready to go. They're all bunched up. Get the temperature in the tires now. Get it ready for the restart. It's going to be very stressful for these drivers because they're not quite sure how much temperature they got the tires and what they can do and how tricky these conditions are, because they've been going very slow behind the safety car now, and they have to. Yeah,
Wizards just let that safety car go in. He's been going slow and trying to.
It's tricky. It's wet. It's Singapore. Anything can happen. A lot of corners, a lot of turns, and we still have at least 12 laps to go on this race. It's gonna be exciting.
They're slowing down. Now Duck Lovers is away. Sorry, Toad Wizard away. Duck Lovers falling behind. Mikau getting a good jump. We're going to go on board with Mikau, see if he can overtake Duck Lovers on this main straight. No DRS just yet. Going into turn 1's bit bumpy. Won't be able to do it. Although Julian does make a place on Striffium, but that's the only overtaking that is going to happen so far on this lap.
Ooh, Duck Lovers has a little moment.
He's making a run for sure now.
Yeah, Mikau is coming. And has made the move on Duck Lovers. Oh, and Duck Lovers down the inside. There's contact between the wheels. Duck Lovers is ahead. No damage.
Great move.
Yeah, absolutely great move by Duck Lovers. He's really trying. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Sorry.
No, yeah, Duck Lovers really trying to make the most of it. Mikau, we see around the corner, tried to make another move, but Duck Lovers really wants to show what he can do after DNFing in his first go in Assist 1 around here.
Yeah, Mikau is going to have a great tire advantage here. He's only got to do 8 laps now on his tires, and they're fresh compared to Duck Lovers and Total Wizard.
He's going for it. He's going down the inside, and they're still side by side as they go through 15 into 16. Jetty has retired from the session. DNF and there's ghosting between Duck Lovers and Mikhail. No safety car just yet. Duck Lovers still in P2. Total Wizard now has a 2-second gap.
Great racing.
He definitely needs to pull away. He's got a little older. I mean, we've got Macau and White. They both have the fresher intermediates right now, so they can pose a little bit more of a threat as we go later into the race.
Mikhail just breaks later. No, sorry, earlier. Mikhail just braking earlier than Duck Lovers. He's so close. Probably would have had him on that main straight, but just breaks earlier. Just is not able to overtake Duck Lovers just yet. Oh, and he loses the back end. That might be a chance for White behind Mikhail, but not just yet. As 2, 3, and 4 are heading out onto Raffles Boulevard.
Here you go.
Yeah, that's sliding. They're really struggling right now. You can see every time they try to make a little bit of a push to make it.
There's a little bit of contact. Duck Lovers has spun a little bit.
Oh.
Mikhail gets ahead. Is there any damage? No, oh, there's contact between the sister teams, between the Red Bull and the Toro Rosso, Duck Lovers and White, but now Mikhail is ahead and he can get chasing after Total Wizard.
Gotta get on.
That's right. The Duck Lovers, well, he's on the oldest intermediate tires right now. He's on 10-lap old intermediate, so that might be falling off a little bit for him. Whereas White behind him is on the fresh rubber, and obviously Mikhail made the pass, so he's on fresh rubber.
Mikhail already catching was 4 seconds. Now it's close to 2.5. Yep.
And up ahead, obviously Wizard is comfortably leading this race right now, but he is always a 3-second penalty, remember, so he's only 2.7 ahead of Mikhail, and I think Mikhail knows that.
And Mikhail now in the provisional lead of this race. Jesus, stay within that time frame. But again, if we've seen league racing drivers, even with penalties, they want to finish P1 on the track.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a matter of the respect and your honor, I think.
Yep. Meanwhile, Strithium coming from Julian. Julian losing the back end. This is a chance for Strithium to overtake. Then this kind of short main straight. It's so short it won't be able to. But he is coming for Julian. We've seen let's head into turns 2 and 3. Heading down Republic Boulevard. They are pretty close. 6/10 of a second between them. As now they go onto the DRS straight of Raffles Boulevard. They don't have DRS just yet. Steven not gonna be able to catch him. Julian is keeping Strithium behind him. It's as simple as that.
You want to go on board with White, just putting the pressure on Duck Lovers right now. P3 and P4. White's only now 0.5 behind.
Yeah. And Mikhail only a second and a half.
There's a few battles going on track right now.
Yeah. Yeah, White's coming for Duck Lovers now. Down Esplanade Drive. This might be an overtaking opportunity. Going down the outside. No, he'll have to stay behind him. As coming to Con Ed. No! Oh! That's a good move. Did Duck Lovers slip, or did he just perform the switchback really well?
I think it was a mixture of both. I think Duck Lovers went quite deep in that corner, and White had spotted the braking very nicely and perfected the switchback.
Meanwhile, Strithium has lost 5 seconds of time. So his fight to get ahead of Julian doesn't really mean too much anymore.
Ooh, so it's definitely slippery right now. Macau's a little sliding a little bit out of that corner as well. It's tricky. I mean, these drivers know one thing. They do race these leagues a lot in the dry conditions, but now when it's wet and it's changeable conditions, it's another thing. They're not used to that. They're not used to how they do these passes. and so they're braking a little later, they're braking a little earlier, the car's sliding a lot more. It's a lot more difficult for them. They're not really sure. It looks like it to me. I don't know if to you guys, it looked like it's drying. Does that look like the rain's easing
Yeah,
off?
it does. It looks like there's less rain coming down now. Definitely less than there was before.
Yeah, and all this can do is make Macau's life a lot easier with those fresher tires. 5 laps fresher than top Total Wizard.
Yeah. And he's pretty close behind him. He's been trying to find ways to get past him, and with Mikau's pace, there definitely will be opportunities.
That's right. Macau's on 5-lap old, as you can see. Inters.
Yep. Coming across Anderson Bridge, coming into the hairpin of turn 13. Not quite a hairpin, not quite 180.
He also knows that Wizard has a 3-second penalty, so does he really need to battle with him that much?
Yeah.
I don't know. Obviously, he still wants to be finishing on the top step.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to battle, but at the same time, he doesn't want to get held into white.
And will it dry up enough, do you think? We're on lap 25, so we still have at least 6 laps to go. How quickly does this track dry up if it stops raining?
Yeah, we don't quite know.
It all depends. We're gonna start seeing the dry line appear before anything else. We already kind of see a line appearing on track. The dry line's gonna appear, and then as soon as that starts, the track will just get drier and drier and drier.
Oh, there's contact.
Ooh.
There's wheel-on-wheel contact. Right front right wheel of Mikau, and back left wheel of Wizard.
He's missing an end plate.
Oof, that is not good for Mikau.
He is. Macau's got 25% damage to his front right wing. So that's going to make him struggle a little bit. Now, obviously, we've got Julian down in 5th place. He's got 16-lap old Inters now. So, do you think, will Julian take that little gamble and think, well, maybe I can go into a different compound? It's still too wet at the moment. Maybe he'll hang around a little bit.
Mikau trying to make him move around the outside. That won't go. That's never going to go, really.
Oh, 6 laps.
Yeah, 6 laps left until the end of this race. Mikau trying to pass, and no, Wizard just faster. And saying, but gets better exit. There's contact between them. Wizard still managing to stay ahead.
Very defensive. He knows he has to keep the place. He has to keep in front. He can't let him go.
Yeah, Mikau just, again, there wasn't a need to stay in front before he lost that end plate. Because there was that 30-second time penalty. But now it's going to be harder to keep up with that end plate, and he just wants to get in front. And now he's made that pass. He's made the pass work. Mikau back into the lead of this race.
That's going to be interesting. I think maybe Wizard was trying to force him into some errors as well, because he knows that he has the time penalty, and the more pressure that you can put on the driver behind you to make a mistake can also make him make penalties.
Yeah.
That's a part of some of the driver strategies, but however, he's lost the position. He's in P2. He's going to have the older. He is going to struggle a lot with those tires. I'm not sure they're going to go to the end on the Inters.
I'll just have to wait and see.
Under a lot of pressure from White right now too.
Yeah. Everybody heading down Republic Boulevard. Those top 3. Those are really the only ones within a shot of winning this race. Although Mikau already pulling away 1.1 seconds ahead. White going a bit too hot into Memorial Corner. Wizard gaining a bit of an advantage there.
Yeah, the top 3 are definitely in a little league race of their own right now. You got further down the road, you have 6, almost 7 seconds behind. You have Duck in P4.
Yeah. Mikau.
Steven's racing alone by himself at the back there.
Yeah, I want to give some time to Steven. This is because it's hard to get it. We can give everyone time in 11-person races, so we want to be able to do that. Although White now closing in on Total Wizard. Mikau 1.8 seconds ahead. this battling is going to be good for Mikau, especially with him having that end plate damage. Is that both end plates off now, or is that just one?
Let me check.
Just one for now, I think. You guys can
it's the
take a
one.
look.
It's the front right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I thought I saw both off for a second.
His pace is still good. Let's have a look as they come around the final corners to cross the line. What sort of pace Mikau's going to do? He doesn't seem to be dropping anything. He's going to cross the line. So let's have a look at his lap time. 153.9.
White's closed up a lot to Total Wizard.
Yeah. Wizard and White are 155s behind. So even with the damage, Mikau is really setting a different pace.
Yeah, and White just got much better line through 1 and 2, and he's going to be trying his best to come for Total Wizard. Won't be on Raffles Boulevard though. Too far back.
I think those inters are really starting to fall off. Let's have a look at Duck's time. Duck, he's also on old inters. He was a 156.7, so he was at least a second and a half slower than Wizard, who was on 13 lap old inters. So that will give us an idea of how much these tires are going to start falling off at the end.
Yeah.
It looks like the track is drying a little bit, but I don't think it's going to dry enough.
Yeah, it looks like it is drying, and I think you're completely right. It's going to stay wet like this till the end.
Yeah, still seeing a few droplets of rain, but it's not going to be enough for anyone to go and switch.
Yep, I think Wizard now is probably thinking about if he can keep a solid P3, because he doesn't have P2, that's for sure, because White has no penalties. Mikau's definitely comfortable up front. He has no penalties as well, so he can easily win this race. White will definitely finish P2 right now, as long as he keeps it clean, doesn't make any mistakes. Now the gap from Wizard to Duck, because Duck has no penalties. So that's what are we looking at there? Yeah, Duck's 6 seconds behind White, so I think Wizard still be comfortable with a P3.
White's had a little moment there on the last turn.
I'm not sure if it. I'm not sure if it was because he could have corrected a lot earlier. Like he was out on that left side for a while, so it might just be dirty air.
Well, they crossed the line. Let's look at the lap times. So the Mikau set a 154.6, Wizard 155.3, White 155.8, and Duck 156.2. So Wizard was a little quicker on that lap, obviously, because he was under a lot of pressure from White as well. But
White flirting with the barrier is very close, not quite touching the wall. Okay, we got 2.5 laps left. Mikau 3 seconds ahead of his nearest competitor. Yeah, and it looks like it will be Mikau, White, Total Wizard. That's the accounting for time penalties.
That's definitely what I'm seeing as well on telemetry right now for the final positions. As long as they keep it clean, it's still tricky. Wizard's definitely on some old tires right now, 14 lap old inters, so he's really starting to struggle. He's got to keep a couple more laps.
Yeah, and
he's pushing the life out of him.
Yeah, and
but then so does Duck behind. But Duck, he's probably his main competition right now. They could threaten his P3.
Oh, DRS is back.
Now, usually when the DRS gets enabled, it's a clear sight of okay, the track is dry enough for the dry tires, but it doesn't seem like it at all like that right now.
Yeah, rain is still coming down a little bit. Yeah.
Is it worth the risk of that right now with only like 2 laps remaining as well as we're going to?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that answer is no.
Yeah, me in any of these drivers' position, if it would go still dry right now, I'm still not boxing.
Jeff is on the radio right now to the driver saying it's time to change your tires, but I don't think these drivers are going to be listening to Jeff.
Yeah.
A quick shut off Jeff menu.
Mikhail's got a 4-second lead. He's comfortable at the front there. He knows that he's got it.
Maybe Steven will. There's Steven into the pits.
Yeah, well, he may be taking a gamble to try to get the fastest lap, perhaps, because
yeah.
That.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, it's worth the risk. Get some points if you can, a point at least. Although it did start on dry conditions, and Julian has the fastest lap at 140.6. So
I think he's put more inters on.
Yeah, he's got a lot to beat. He has his box. He's exited with the inters.
Yeah.
So,
These drivers got to be careful to not overheat the intermediate tires. Very easy to overheat in dry conditions.
White is still
yeah,
White.
Yeah, trying a little switchback move. They're side to side as they are coming into turns 16 and 17. White on Total Wizard. White makes the move work. White into P2.
Great racer.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're aware of the penalties or not. No, White might be fighting as if he didn't know that Wizard had a penalty. So.
Yeah, it wasn't honestly. The broadcasters didn't provide the best angle for that fight, but we're now on this final lap, and we're going we have to go on board with Mikhail, the person who is then dominating this whole race, save a few laps from the safety car, putting on new intermediate tires, but clearly the right move. As he got the lead of this race back, now has a 6-second gap between him and White, and is just pulling away. Now it's 6.5 seconds. He is just flying. He is celebrating, just trying not to put it into the wall. And if everything goes well,
he's waving already.
Yeah, just going to this race. Yeah.
Is it too wet for fireworks, do you think? I don't think so. I think the fireworks were going to come.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a solid drive, isn't it? He picked the right strategy, he picked the right tires, he avoided all the carnage. Under the pressure, he's made it work. He's had to overtake drivers on track as well. It hasn't been easy.
Yeah, Mikhail coming out of Anderson Bridge and into turn 13, turning a bit early, a bit too early for a final lap, trying not to damage the car. Down as when they drive into Conic Corner, going a bit wide again, not damaging that car, being very careful. Knows he can be though. Is going into the final sector of this track for the last time. And we see in the back, as we see, White has now built a very big gap for himself and Wizard. Wizard knows he has the penalties, just keeping behind him. And Mikhail going into the final 2 quarters, into 22, into 23, coming across the line, the fireworks are off. Mikhail wins in Singapore for the very first race in Assist 2. Oh, that's Total Wizard.
Wizard's fun. But he has a gap, but is he going to retain it?
And on board with Duck Lovers.
In reverse.
He's going to do it in reverse.
Duck Lovers is coming. Duck Lovers is coming. Watch out. Watch out, Wizard. Oh, it just makes it.
He'll lose the Duck Love of the penalties for sure. Yep. Oh, he'll be upset with that. He had a solid P3, unless he's just having fun now. Who knows?
Yeah, it just threw a podium away.
What a sight!
He started from last, so he had to struggle all the way through. That was a good drive.
Yeah, Striffen getting a 5-second unserved penalty time, but it won't matter. As Steven a lap behind, but he's gonna come in P7.
What a sight for Duck Lovers, seeing Total Wizard going in reverse on the start-finish straight.
Yeah, Duck Lover's very happy right now. Got a pole position, did not expect it. We're gonna go on board to Steven. He's gonna come across the line. That will be the end of this race. As we hear the F1 theme going in the background, Steven, 7th place. What matters, it is Mikhail who has dominated this entire race, who takes the win in Singapore.
That's right. Lift that trophy
Yeah.
up, son. It's a very good drive, especially in
Yeah.
those changeable conditions. Almost everybody had used, some of the guys, as I said earlier, had used all the tires that were available. So there's an Aussie flag up there. Is he going to do the shoey? Perhaps
I
not.
wish that we are getting we are getting custom celebrations in F1 2020. So I do so we will see if there's a shoey in 2020.
They're probably, yeah. Let's hope Codemasters are listening.
Yeah. Codes, if you're listening, if you have time, put a shoey. Put a shoey as one of the celebrations. That is
Well, I'm an Aussie, so I'm proud to see another Aussie on the top step.
That is Mikal. That is Mikal. Your winner, White, the Panamanian, in second. Duck Lovers, the American, in third. And his Wizard, Julian, Strifium, and Steven that rounds out the finishing order. And then Jetty, Henners, Big Poppy, and Cirillo all DNF'd.
I didn't realize there's a Panamanian there.
Hopefully, we'll be getting an interview with the race winner.
Yeah. So who's your driver of the day, guys, that you would pick?
For me, it would be Wizard from back of the grid all the way up. That was a good drive from him.
Yeah, absolutely a great drive from Wizard. It's definitely either that comeback from Wizard or just the phenomenal driving from Mikal. You can't you have to pick one of those two. There's no going about it otherwise. We're gonna let's go into the interviews channel. See if we can get anyone in here. Probably either Mikal or Wizard.
All right.
Oh, and here we are, Wizard already in the interviews channel. You were one of the people we wanted to talk to. Hello.
Yes, hi, it's me, Wizard.
Oh, and Mikal is here too. Hello.
Hey, Mika, what a great battle we had on the last few laps on my Inter tires.
Yeah, it was
Like,
good.
those rear tires were done for the the last 4 laps was me trying not to spin, and I spun on the very last corner. I had to reverse across the line because I wasn't bothered to do a Heimlich turn.
that was very entertaining to watch that reverse.
Yeah.
I know, I wasn't bothered to go around the right way, and it was a way to send off in style, to be honest. It was not showboating, but it was showboating.
Ended with you.
I'm proud of that. P11 to for one stage P1. I'm happy.
Yeah. Ended with you in P4 though after that spin.
I mean, I tried my best on my worn inters, but I was no match for Macau and fuck, what was the other lad's name?
Yeah.
Something, I don't know. Sorry, I'll watch back and I'll be kicking myself, but hey.
That's right, Wizard. Sorry, you finished with 17 lap old Winters and Ducker, who just obviously finished in P3 ahead of you because of your penalties. He had 19 old Inters, so you guys were struggling a lot towards the end. So
I had 90% on the rears on the last lap, so and then 40% fronts.
Wow, yeah.
That kind of explains the spin on like dry conditions. So.
Kinda, yeah, definitely.
I was really tempted to go to the dries, but I opted out for no reason.
Yeah, I think it was a good call to opt out. It's not really worth it. You're losing 20 seconds. I don't think you're gonna be able to gain it back in that much.
There was one point where it was really like heavy rain conditions, and we're under safety car. And I was like, there's a huge field spread at the time, and I was like, I'm gonna go for wets because I thought it would transition to heavy rain, and the wets would be faster. And that never happened, and I went back to inters at the end of the safety car.
We saw that you did box. You were the only front runner that did.
It would become wet enough to be on wets, but no, it didn't. Eventually it did, but not when I wanted it to.
Without that strategy, you probably definitely looked like you would have won the race, actually, if you didn't box for the wets.
If I didn't box for the wets, I could have won that race, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Biggles, we were talking about this. You should... Mikal, Biggles I assume Biggles has a question for you, a very important question, Aussie to Aussie.
Oh yeah, well, congratulations, Mikal. And did you? I didn't see you do the shoey on the podium. What happened?
Hopefully they implement the shoey in 2020. That will be my
That's
Probably
what we
a
were
combination.
saying.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is.
we were talking about that. Very good job, mate. Good to see another Australian flag on the top podium. You want to tell us about your race?
Uh, it was pretty, straightforward for the start of it. No, I'm honestly surprised that there were so many soft qualifiers, given that the rain was coming like halfway through the race. So just managed the mediums until the rain hit, and the first safety car came out. I made one mistake with my strategy, and not didn't pit for fresh inters straight away, but luckily the second safety car came out, and it gave me a fighting chance to get the win.
Yeah, I stayed out. And I held you up for 3-4 laps, despite how much I was struggling on those tires.
Yeah, it was a struggle to get through. I mean, Singapore is a track where it's hard to overtake in the dry, so to
I
do it
know,
in
and
the
I was
wet
running
is
too little downforce as well. I think I was running like 4.8 wings, and I was too little, in my opinion.
But no, I'm happy with the move I made on Total Wizard.
Yeah, I just
In
got
sector
no
3.
traction out of that corner with my rear tires being so dead.
And then once I
I
was
tried
back
to
in deep,
fight
I
back,
tried to
but
run
it
too
was
fast.
just useless.
No, and I had my mates Henry and Striff, the MRL Misfits Racing League, tagged up. The boys, the squad. Have to dedicate that win to them because they had a tough race today.
Yeah.
Good job. Yep. Very well done.
Yeah. All right. That's gonna be it for the stream. Thank you all so very much for racing, and thank you all for everyone who is currently watching. We really appreciate you. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Saturday is gonna be a Cis 1 in Baku. So we will hopefully see you then. If not, we do hope you enjoyed it tonight. And that'll be it from us. Thank you all so very much. Bye, everyone.